kind of try, but we don't care cause we got the blues. We got on the dancing shoes.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Big Stone Television. Today we embark on the reggae superstar, Richard Stevenson, popularly known as Richie Stevens. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to embark on the journey of ska, how one man in Jamaica who is attentively working on bringing ska back to the forefront. Because as you know, the music of love started with ska. Richie, how are you today?
Good enough.
I'm here in Patago's studio and I see
Yeah,
nothing but accolades on your wall. This centerpiece right here
yes.
that says ASCAP London Music Awards 2017. Tell us a little bit about that.
All right. So this is us in Los Angeles. I was in Los Angeles first before London. So let me explain. This is my wife Bernadette and my sister Charmaine, and they both accompanied me to the awards in Beverly Hills, where I collected Best Pop Song and Most Streamed Song for the Rihanna sample that she sampled my rhythm. And I was awarded several awards for that. And then, in the same year, a few months after, I went to London, England, where I was awarded again for being involved in the best-selling song for the year, which is Work, 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 and the digital sales of the year and things. So this is myself with some of my Ska Nation members at the time. The full band is over here, if you look. You know, they are from Italy, and I started a ska movement with them because they were very interested in what I was doing when I started the whole ska movement. So that is how Richie Stevens and the Ska Nation band come along, you know. This is another award for the best pop. You know, here's Rihanna on the album cover as well. So as I said, there was a lot of awards which I give thanks for, you know, because when you're recognized for the work that you've done, you know, you have to give thanks. Also, there's lots of other things that people don't even know about, because I do a lot behind the scenes in record production as well. This is Shabba's first Grammy Award, which I was a part of that whole production as well, helping to produce and helping to develop songs in the studio, even before Shabba get there. You know them way there? And over there now is another production that I was heavily involved in. This is Gentleman from Germany, and his album, I produced 3 songs on it, and the album went gold.
Wow.
You know, so give thanks for all these accolades coming from the work that I've been doing, you know.
But you're so humble though, Richie. Most people with the kind of accolades that you have under your belt, they'll be all over the place like a cock chicken. You're just calm, cool, and collected.
Well, if people don't come to the studio and see these plaques, they just wouldn't know, because I don't talk about them things, none at all. Not that I'm not proud. I'm proud of them. I'm proud of every achievement that God has bestowed upon me. But we don't really talk about them things there, man. Make people discover it. Who discover it. If you don't discover it, everything all right, see away. But one of the most beautiful things, I'm still working hard in the music business. I'm still touring, still producing songs, still writing every day, and that is my happiness. That is what I really, really love. I'm giving thanks every day for the support of people and to know that I'm still operating in the business.
Ska has been long, or was long created many, many years ago in the late 50s, early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have easily stuck on dancehall or reggae music. But you take it one step beyond. Ska. What is it about ska that fascinates you so much? Other than your father being a ska artist or a dancer, but you find yourself deeply involved in ska.
I'm a lover of music. And I think as a Jamaican, it makes sense for us to preserve and protect our musical legacy and heritage. Because if we don't do that, then other people will come in and partake, which is something that we've seen a lot of it going on, where other countries, other people owning some segment of our music, and we have a way to quarrel and cuss. But if we're not protecting it, if we're not holding on to it, you know, then we're gonna feel as if people taking it away when it's really us giving it away. But anyway, ska music to me is one of the greatest genres of music from Jamaica. It's our first international music. It is respected and loved everywhere in the world because no matter where I travel, and I've been to so many places, Indonesia, Japan, Brazil, all of Europe. And one thing that you always can be sure of, some ska music will be playing somewhere. There are lots of ska festivals around the world. There are lots of ska bands. There are lots of ska orchestras. We don't even have a ska band anymore, much less an orchestra. You're talking about orchestra with up to 70 people, 70 musicians playing. To me, that is wonderful, and that is why I start my ska journey. A lot of people would ask, so how comes you start a ska nation and it's some Italian, some white Italian in the band? I have a reason for that. When I started the ska thing, I didn't even expect that it would have gone so far to reach places like Japan and just to name a few other places that we toured in America, Europe, and all of that. The Italian guys are the ones that step up to me and say, Richie, we love this. And if you come to Europe and you need a backing band, we're ready to back you. And I said to them, you know what? Let's do something even more direct. Let's start doing some music together because they're a wonderful set of musicians. So out of doing music together, the whole Richie Stephen and the Ska Nation band formed, you know. And if it wasn't for the corona, we would have been much busier going far and wide to represent this music. But you know, Italy was hit very hard with the corona.
We're going skanking all night long, just as long as they play our song. And the sound you can't refuse, cause we got on our dancing shoes. Ooh, you never love another song like this. It fills your soul.
A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Big Stone Television. Here I am in the Pot of Gold recording studio. I'm here with international reggae superstar Richard Stevenson, affectionately known worldwide as Richie Stevens. Now, who is this Richie Stevens? Let's dig deep in his bio for a minute. Richard Stevens, born the 5th of December 1966, better known as Richie Stevens, is a Jamaican R&B, dancehall and reggae singer and producer. Born in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, Jamaica, Stevens worked in the early 1990s as part of the twice Grammy Award-winning act Soul to Soul. He recorded at Motown and recorded for the VP label before establishing his own label, Pot of Gold Records. Later that decade, he released dancehall singles such as Winner, Bust the Place, and Slap Them. His tracks Legacy, Macabre featuring Richie Stevens, 1993, and Come Give Me Your Love, Richie Stevens featuring General Degree, 1997, peaked at numbers 64 and 61, respectively, in the UK singles chart. In 1998, Stevens' album Winner was released by Greensleeve, produced by himself, Frenchie, Danny Brownie, and Donovan Germain. Since then, Stevens had focused his music on Christian-related themes. In 2006, Stevens received the Jamaican Governor General's Achievement Award for contributing to civic, social, and recreational projects in and around the parish of Westmoreland. He released a new album, God Is On My Side, on the 22nd of May 2012, on the Pot of Gold B-Pal production. He also released a collaboration album with German reggae singer Gentleman on the 27th of November 2012. In 2014, following the growth of EDM in Jamaica, Stephen sought to capitalize on this by launching a new rhythm called Ska Tech, which was on the amalgamation of Jamaica's Ska and EDM. Stevens believed that due to Ska not being at the forefront of Jamaican music for many years, combining it with something fresh could bring it back into the spotlight. On the 16th of March 2013, he sang the Jamaican national anthem at the WCQ between Jamaica and Panama at the National Stadium, and he brought the house down. In 2015, he began working with Italian ska ensemble, the Ska Nation Band, while continuing to work as a solo artist. In November 2015, he was reportedly working on a new solo album set for release in early 2016. Now, you know, many more albums came after that, ladies and gentlemen, because we're in the year 2024. Richie Stevens, welcome to Big Stone Television.
Yes, sir.
It's,
Good to be here, Big Stone. Good to be here.
Honor to catch up with you because you've been so busy. You're touring all over the world. You're doing a lot of charity works. You know, two that came to mind is Yvonne Sterling. A couple of years ago when she was on her down luck, and you raised her again along with DJ Little Lenny. And unfortunately it didn't last too long, 3 months, and the Almighty take her home. But at least she succeeded in getting back into the spotlight, and you, sir, was a tremendous help in bringing her there.
Yes,
now fast forward to 2024. Here you are again, Beverly Kelso. A 76-year-old woman who is a foundation member of one of the greatest reggae band ever to come out of Jamaica, if not the greatest, and the greatest band in the world because they beat the Beatles at being #1. Richie, the heart that you have is not just a pot of gold, but it is something that stretches way beyond. Tell us a little bit about Pot of Gold Record Productions.
All right, so as I said before, I'm just a person who love to be a part of giving back to someone that I believe deserve it. It's Beverly Kelso. When I heard this story, I started paying keen attention, and it's a powerful story, one that touched me deep within. And it takes nothing out of me to do what I'm doing now, to support her, to get the shine that she truly deserves, and hopefully the funds that may come with it, you know. So I think it's a great lady. It's just unfortunate that she didn't continue being a part of this great group, as you say, one of the greatest group to ever bless us on earth, Bob Marley and the Wailers. The Wailers before Bob Marley and the Wailers. And it is just greatness, and will last for a lifetime, even though most of the members are all gone, except for Miss Beverly Kelso. But this group will never go away, and we should honor and cherish this lady while she's here with us and alive, and that is what I'm glad that I'm a part of right now.
Richie, when I see the work that you did, especially when you went into the studio, and you know, Beverly was a little bit, you know, she's not been in the studio for well over 55 years, and you're patient, and your expertise in bringing her to the level that she's now at, where she did simmer down with you, and she also went back into the studio, Richie, and did Earths to Be Alone with her voice sounding so sweet and refreshing. Thanks to you and your prodding for bringing her to that level. But Richie, let's go back into yesteryears. Some of the greats that who created this music, this loving music, this together music of ska, did not make a penny. They didn't have a pot of gold. What do you think was the major factor in them not creating? Because Beverly recorded over 24 songs, and she's broke. She didn't receive a dollar. How does that part of the business work? Because most of the artists don't understand the business of show. They understand show business, but not the business of show.
So the difference with then and now is that the music and the business of music is much more developed. So I would encourage every artist once you're singing, writing, playing, to spend some time and try to understand what is going on business-wise, as in publishing, as in mechanical rights, as in all of the monies and the agencies that pay out money now. Because if you're not collecting it, trust me, somebody else is collecting it. So once you are the writer or the creator in any way of any song, it means that there's money there for you. And when I say money, it can be real big money or it can be normal money based on how well
success of the
song. You know, so please bear that in mind. But they said there's no business like show business, but I heard the great Jimmy Cliff say one time, there's only 10% show and 90% business. And when I hear him say that, I say, what that's supposed to mean? But it never took me long to understand clearly what he was saying. Because there's so much business, there's so much to claim, there's so much to do, there's so much to get from a song, especially when it become a big hit. You understand? Performing is just a little piece of it, which is the show part of it. You understand? So, once again, to all the youngsters, forget about first time. I mean, first time, lots of things wasn't in place. Even the promoters, the producers of the songs, that a lot of people may accuse of robbing the artist. Even him, sometimes, back in them time, they never did know what was going on. You know, not saying all of them still. Some of them did well, I know. But some of them just never know themselves. So, it's the different record companies abroad. Hang on to some of the money there. There's an artist, a major artist in Jamaica, that she's been around for several years with several big songs. And one of her songs was picked up in a big commercial in the States. And one of her friends called her and said, boy, you're rich now, boy, I beg your thing now, jokingly.
Yeah.
And he said, what do you mean rich? He said, but I see a song in this big old commercial on American TV. And the person said, but nobody no call me. You know, hear from nobody. He said, what? So the person who called it, that person, hooked her up with a lawyer. And the lawyer got in touch with the big corporate company in America. And the company claimed that they were looking for this artist and couldn't find the artist. However, them say, all right, we're glad now that somebody reached out to us. So she get a chunk load of money from that company.
Wow.
And then the lawyer start looking to a lot of other things because lots of people were sampling her music all along and wasn't paying. So I hear so when the lawyer don't collect money, brother, she never have no way to store it.
Wow. Which is great.
Yeah, man, it's good news, but that again is to say to us, we have to spend some time to try and understand what is going on with our music and our catalog. Because sometimes there's lots of money out there for us and we don't know.
We don't know, yeah. Mechanical rights, explain that to me, because when someone hear of mechanical, they're thinking a car engine or
No, it's
some engineer and mechanic work and
it
so
is
on.
mostly from the song being played.
Okay.
Yes, because you know there's lots of platforms that the songs played on nowadays, and there's money to be collected. There is even lately there is sound royalties, and what that is when Whitney Houston did "I'll Always Love You,"
Right.
and before that song, usually when someone covers a song, there's nothing for them to get. Everything goes to the original writer, the creator of the song.
In that case, it was
But I
very
heard,
hard.
I don't know this for a fact, I heard when Whitney did "I'll Always Love You," a group of lawyers got together and said, no, we have to look into this because here comes Whitney that pick up this old song, turn it into one of the biggest songs ever in the world. And it wouldn't be fair for her not to have anything to collect from this song. So that is how I hear sound royalty came into play. I'm not sure. That's what I heard.
And ironically, ladies and gentlemen, the song that Richie Stevens talking about is "I'll Always Love You," written by Dolly Parton. And I've heard Dolly Parton on public television says she was so happy that Whitney did it because she made a whole lot of money. Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Because that was a big song. Now we understand, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit about the business. It's a tall order. You need to dig deep into it, and kind of associate yourself with people, like-minded people who can explain the business a little bit more. But ska, in recent time, Jamaica have seen an uptick in violence, Richie. For the last 20 years at least, we have lost 1,000 people, at least 1,000, to gun violence, domestic violence, etc., etc.
Every year.
Every year for the last 20 years. So we could safely say over 20,000 people were murdered in the last 20 years. But ska music, especially when the song like a Simmer Down was created written by Robert Nesta Marley and created by the Wailers, it was solely geared on the rude boys of the era. And it worked because the song was an overnight sensation. You go into the dance hall, you see many people dancing close to each other and so on. So your grasping of ska is right on, especially for the year 2024, where we think it can make a difference. What do you think ska can do for Jamaica in 2024?
Well, ska is happy music, and usually the lyrical content in ska is positive. I've never heard a negative ska song yet. So ska during that time was very appealing to the people, and it would help to calm them down. And as Bob Marley said, simmer them down.
Simmer them down.
Simmer down, what make your heart so? Simmer down, soon you'll be dropped so. Simmer down, man, just hear what I say. Why won't you, simmer down? Just a few of the lines that Bob Marley was uttering. Now, during them time, the rude boy is always a whale. I mean, it wasn't as bad as now. But the rude boy is always out there making trouble, see? So that song was like the anthem and the most powerful message during them time in the 60s, right? Is it 60s or 70s?
In the 60s, 1963 came out.
All right. So that song was the soundtrack of peace and love. Way before One Love and Three Little Birds and everything there. So when the opportunity presents itself for me to come and be a part of the remake of it, I was called by this man, people. Big Stone called me up and said, Richie, you know the story of Beverly Kelso, right? I said, yes, sir. He said, you know, we want to remake this song, and we can't think of anyone else but you, mainly because you're the man that always into the upkeep of ska, blah, 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 and some other things what him said. And I laugh and say, well, you came to the right man, sir, because I love ska so much, and I love the story of Miss Beverly Kelso. And then, I mean, when it comes to Bob Marley, there's no word to describe. You know, being a part of that greatness would be a tremendous honor. So I said to Big Stone, it's not no-brainer. When is the studio time? And the rest is history. See me, you can ask him.
Most definitely. But ladies and gentlemen, we had a surprise for Richie when we got to the studio, because most of the time in current music, you have one man in the studio with his finger, him a kick out the drum pattern, then him gone over the second and kick out the keyboard pattern, and then the guitar pattern. But when Richie got into the studio, he saw a full blasting band.
Full band.
The bass player was in line, the keyboard player, the guitar player, everybody was just there, and he was taken aback because Richie was just supposed to come in, put his voice on it, and go about his business. But he lingered practically all day. What was it like when you came into the studio?
Well, the music is a vibe, you know, and it's an energy, you know. And yes, I was expected to come and sing and just say, well, look more and gone. But the energy and the spirit that was in the room, I spent the whole day.
Practically.
You understand? The whole day. And then it was such a joy working with Miss Kelso, because even though I was there and giving her some directives, all that was on my mind, it was that she and Bob Marley used to do the same thing. Bob Marley.
Right,
She and Bob Marley sang that song together back in the 60s. So it was just mind-blowing, because I treasure them things, you know. I am a lover of greatness and great people, and just the fact that she, Miss Beverly Kelso, was a part of the original members of the Wailers. That do it for me, bro.
Yes, and the only one alive is
yeah, man, the only living member. And to just be there with her and just reminisce man when she was a young girl in the studio with Bob Marley, them, you know, it just feels special to me to know that, hey, fast forward to now, years pass, and here we are, meander in the studio.
Wow.
recording. It was really nice.
Deja vu, they call it. But ladies and gentlemen, we just didn't see Richie as doing one song in ska because of what is happening in Jamaica and the Mali talk and the Duns talk and so on, and 20 people dancing over there and another 20 over there. We saw it fit again, especially when we took Miss Beverly Kelso to meet the comrade leader, MP Mark Golden. And Richie happens to just come along, and it just didn't happen. We invited him to come along, ladies and gentlemen. And while we were there with Beverly Kelso and Richie and Boswell Moody, her husband, and the comrade leader, the music talk came in, because remember the comrade leader at one time managed Richie's career and was the lawyer, and it's a whole lot of great, reminiscing going on with them. And then the comrade leader said, dancing shoes. Richie, that would be a nice thing for you to cover in the dancing shoes.
Yeah.
My ears just perk up and say, nice thing to cover. Consider it done, comrade leader. Consider it done. And what I did was I called up, again, a special set of musicians. We've been together for well over 40 years. Got them in the studio again, Firehouse Band. And let me tell you something. Georgie and Wrong Move and, of course, Danny Basie and the others, you know what I mean? It was just phenomenal.
The rhythm sweet. The rhythm sweet.
And let me tell you something. Richie didn't know all of this, you know. I'm going to just take time, Jimmy Screechy, and send over the rhythm track to Richie. Within 2 seconds before ring. So, Big Stone, guess what? We don't need to book any studio time elsewhere. Pato Gold is going to cover that, and we're going to do it, the track. And Pato Gold, we said, Jesus, thank you, Richie, thank you, God. You know what I mean? I am very ambitious, ladies and gentlemen. I grew up poor, went to school barefooted, but my father and mother made sure I went to school and I grasped a good education, so I understand the importance of learning. And when Richie eased the pain, eased the struggle of it becoming a little bit easier to do, not just one song with the legend, the icon, because that's what Richie is. It was easier for me, and he helped me along the way to make this possible. So I know his check is humongous and big, ladies and gentlemen. Don't come looking for Big Stone. We don't have a pot of gold hide somewhere. Richie with his art, help us along the way, ladies and gentlemen. I am eternally grateful for this kind gesture.
You mentioned Mark Golden,
yes.
Leader. Mark Golden was bridging for many years. When Mark Golden was very young in his practice, he handled some legal work for me, and I was very, very impressed with his service and how skillful he handled things. So we became bridgings.
Yes.
And then I discovered the man is a musician, a singer, everything. Most people don't know this, you know. You talk about Mark now, you know. You don't talk about the community leader, you talk about Mark.
Yes.
So yeah, man, it's been bridging for many years, and we wrote a song together years ago. And a matter of fact, I just pick it up and dust it off, and I do some liquor over there to bring it out. Yeah. And I believe in his musical tastes. You know, when he suggests things, musically, it's usually solid. So when he mentioned dancing shoes, I said, well, I need to listen to that song. And a matter of fact, he sent me the link, the YouTube link, and I listened. I said, well, this is easy. And then you just go straight ahead and build the rhythm. So,
right, you don't waste time when we have great works.
We don't procrastinate around.
No, it's the theft of time, and we don't do that. And the rest is history. Ladies and gentlemen, Dancing Shoes is completed. What was it like singing an iconic song? Because that song was very popular back in the days.
You mean?
Because it's like a love song, you know.
Who's gonna dance with me tonight? We're gonna dance till our feet are kinda tired. But we don't care, cause we've got the blues. We've got on our dancing shoes.
Boy, Richie, I forgot to get me that this business of doing a one song, you know. I love it. But
yeah, wicked song. Great song, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're planning a number of things to make Miss Beverly Kelso life a whole lot easier. And one of the things that we're planning coming on the 16th of August, we're planning a massive launch of the EP. We call it an EP because Richie and her did one song. She did one song by herself. And of course, Richie did Dancing Shoes by himself. So we're going to put it together as an EP. And we intend to launch it in the biggest way yet. You remember the Ambassador Theatre? Well, that is in Trenchtown, Kingston 12. And we went ahead and we crossed all the T's and dot all the I's. We are now in possession of the Ambassador Theatre for the 16th of August.
Yes.
See, it was supposed to be on Marcus Garvey's birthday, but Richie's scheduled to do a major event on the 17th. And we didn't want him to just come into the Ambassador Theatre, sing 2 songs and run away. Remember, there's a press release and so on, meet and greet. But what we also did to make this day iconic, Richie, Dr. Julius Garvey. He is the only living son of our first national and only international hero, the Right Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. His brother died a couple of years ago, and he's the sole son of the father. And he's a very good friend of mine since 2012 when we invited him to Jamaica to celebrate his father's 125th, and he accepted. And trust me, a lot of people thought it wasn't possible because me hear the picky and well, a little careless Rasta boy, them can't bring the son of Marcus Garvey come to Jamaica. So they kind of throw me under the carpet and so on. The rest is history. You can go on my Big Stone television and you'll see Dr. Julius Garvey calling me up to the podium while he was doing a symposium at the University of the West Indies and says, tell them, Big Stone, you put Marcus Garvey into action. And this is the result. And he's confirmed to be at the Ambassador Theatre to celebrate his 91st birthday. He's going to be 91 years old. But we went further than that, Richie. We did some more research and we found out that the first church of the UNIA is in Trenchtown, Pecova Road and East Road. We spoke to a man by the name of Junior Lincoln, who is 84 years old, and Junior Lincoln told us the history of this church, that it was erected in the 1930s.
Whoa.
So it's an historical day on the 16th, Richie, when you launch your thing. But the great part about it, Richie, we have organized it in such a way that we're going to build a column on the open lot, because a no man's land right there. And we're going to have a plaque installed on the column. And you, Dr. Garvey, Junior Lincoln, Miss Beverly Kelso will walk from the Ambassador Theatre to Pecova Road and East Road, where the plaque is located, and Dr. Garvey will unveil the plaque because we intend to turn it into a heritage site. So the 16th, Richie, is going to be such a powerful day, an historical day, and I'm so happy that you're a part of it. What are your thoughts? Have you ever met Dr. Garvey personally?
No, I've seen many clips of this man speaking on different occasions, but I've never met him personally. I'm really looking forward to meet him, Mr. Garvey. I mean, the son of such a great man. You know? I mean, it's just greatness. I say I appreciate and respect and embrace greatness, especially with our people.
Yes.
You know, so I didn't get a chance to meet Marcus Messiah Garvey, but the son is still alive, so I'm looking forward to meet him.
If you see the son, you see the father. If you see the father, you see the son. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are talking to Richard Stevens. Richie Stevens is affectionately known worldwide. It was an honor talking to you, Richie. In parting, what do you want to say to some of these young musicians? Because you've been in the business, what, over 40 years? 42 years to be exact.
42 years, started my journey in 1982. My argument is always, don't be afraid to indulge and be a part of different genres of Jamaican music. Because it's our music, and it is the way to claim it and to keep it alive. Because there are so many countries, other countries, that are not so fortunate to have 6 and 7 genres that people know all over the world. Some countries is just one.
Wow.
Some countries don't have a popular international genre of music either. You know, so we have so much to give thanks for, you know, but we need to preserve our music you know, youngsters, young musicians, young singers, don't be afraid to be a part of different styles. I see Chronics, for argument's sake, do a song named Rastaman Wheel Out, which is a ska song, and I feel so good.
Yes.
Because Chronics is a young youth. Where you hear him make a song and a ska beat and the song do well all over the world. You understand? So don't make Chronics be alone. I don't see why Popcorn can do and tune for a ska rhythm too. You understand me? Them things them just make the music broader and keep it alive and make people have more respect for the music coming from our youngsters. Because I'm not here to knock anything, you know, but I'm saying that for the past couple of years, the music that's been coming out of Jamaica by our youngsters is not really embraced by people around the world, and that's not a good look. This is not about criticizing what the youngsters do. This is about facts. So we just want to encourage youngsters, especially, and musicians and singers in general. Let us preserve our music. Let's claim it. Let's record new music in ska and dancehall. The idea here, this argument out the road, there's some people that say original dancehall music dead. No, the music will not die unless we kill it. So let us cherish our music and protect and preserve our music and send it out there to the world. That is my parting shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Time out from his busy schedule, because you told me just a while ago, Big Stone, you know I record at least one song every day. And that takes a very firm schedule. And I want to big up his wife too, who's a tower of strength, the woman that keeps him together for all these years, well over 25 years. A big shout out to you. I had the opportunity of meeting her this afternoon. Bernadette, it is an honor, ma'am, to actually meet you. And Mama.
Yes, ma'am. Mama deserve a pot of gold.
Mama deserve a pot of gold. So thank you so much, Richie. You're deeply rooted with family, and that is what we need to do. Keep the thing in the family. Keep loving ourselves, loving each other, spread the joy, and we too can become a Richard Stevens, popularly known as Richie Stevens. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video.